what's going on, everybody? Hey, Justin, how you doing, man? So I put a comment on a listing. I am still in the works on getting an answer. What they told me this last time I went in, I don't know if they told me this because they're sick of me coming in, but they said a supervisor would not know any more than anybody else, and that it goes to the Lost Item Package Center, which is in, I think he said Arkansas or something like that. So that location, it takes them 30 days on a request, even though I received the message that said like within 3 to 5 days I would get an answer. So I'm going to still follow up more because I feel like that squeaky wheel analogy really is true. So I'm going to keep squeaking. Squeak, squeak. Yeah, I mean it's there. It's got to be there. There's no way. Whoa, that is pretty dull. If it's not going to cut through that, I mean, it couldn't have gone anywhere. So as I told them, I really wish they would have directly out of the facility had scanned it and not waited until it got to the hub. But they said that's just their policy. So it's gonna get fixed. If I have to drive there to the lost package facility, I'm going to get it. I just appreciate your patience. I was checking out, so I've made a playlist of all your content. You, my friend, have a lot of content. I think we talked like a while back about like content and just everything YouTube. I think we were talking on Instagram about it. And I think at the time we had roughly the same or close to the same subs, I believe. And then we also, I thought, had the same amount of videos, but I think you have like 10 times the videos that I have, which is nuts. I mean, power to you for sure for keeping up with that. I have gone on a lull myself. I need to get back into it, so I'm kind of forcing myself to at least, at the very least, do these lives and keep my elite hunt and then the heroes hunt going. There we go. Shout out to J&J Breaks, aka Lance Johnson. I think I'll just put the rookies in a stack. The puzzle is of Stargell. And then got a little Penny over here. You can't really see him but his feet, but love the little Penny. I'm going to work on getting a separate camera set up like around here or something where I can have not only myself, but I've got like 4 cameras. I need to hook it up so that I can be seen as well as, I guess, other things. Nothing weird, of course. Not going to have a foot cam. Don't remember this guy. There's so many names I think that pop up. I do remember Phil Plantier that you're always like, oh yeah. Or it's the Mandela effect and you can't remember that player at all. What's going on, Ryan? Happy almost birthday, or did your birthday already pass? going on, Clinton? So I was telling Clinton, man, I slept 15 hours. I've been lacking on sleep lately, and so last night I went to bed at like 6, I think. I don't think I've slept like that since I was a teenager. Spanky, Alomar, not looking like himself on that card. It's a different one for sure. Palmero, definitely looking like himself. Karkovice. Ripken. This one not part of a subset. And I don't think these are really part of a subset. I think they're like the first 25, 30 cards, right? I always considered them kind of like a subset, but I don't think they are. Yeah, I definitely just needed to rest. Well, happy birthday today, Ryan. Hope you're doing something fun for yourself. Or your family is doing something fun for you. Another Lance. Wow. Doc Gooden. Sure, there's some there's probably some errors in this. I don't think that Donruss got through a single year without messing up stuff. Boy, oh boy. And it seemed like they would always correct it, like kind of halfway through with the second printing. And that was great that they fixed it, but I think it never really made something too valuable as far as an error goes. What's up, Maddie? All good, Manny. You've been a busy man lately, I can tell. You missed it, but Three Good Nerds said, what up, Clinton, too? Clinton? You might be multitasking. There's Robin Yount. Eric Yielding. So these highlight ones were part of a secondary set, but here is one of the cards on my list of, I guess, double exposure and up. As I'm making kind of a master, I guess, my own set of the exposure cards that I'm doing, and I'm doing it across many different companies, which is kind of a cool list in itself. Was just in Jeff's stream, and Frank was talking about it himself, about needing the Ryan. Obviously, I have that one in my set. I keep calling it a set. My collection of like exposure cards. Good old Mitch Webster, Ellis Burks, Tom, don't call me Axel Foley. There's the Ken Griffey, probably the best card so far. I don't know if you want to consider the Phil Plantier a great card. There we go. Moises Alou. Barry Bonds on the DK. You saying you just got up? Perfect timing. Right on. Good luck to your daughters, Maddie, if you're still here. Just reading that fully. There's a nice Jim Abbott. Mark Eichhorn just falling off when he's pitching there. That's crazy. Putting all of it into it. Fig Pen. There's Eric Davis and Nolan Ryan. Nice, somewhat skinny Cecil, too, on that. I didn't see if you answered, Justin. Did you say yes, it is part of the set? the DKs. If you responded, my bad. Nice. A little Call of Duty going on. I still have to set up my Xbox. It's been in a box since I moved in here 3 years ago. So I'm going to get back into it, and I'll start gaming again. I know that seems like everybody I talk to is a PlayStation person. So just kind of a shame. Ed Whitson. It's Greg Jeffries when he was still kind of a youngster. Nice Sandberg. Shout out to Maddie. Another Ken Griffey, but that's the All-Star. Oof. That's a bad painting of Matt Williams. You know, some of those are dead on, looking like him. Others, it's like, wasn't a good day for the artist. You're an Xbox guy. Well, right on. We will, I'll text you my, my handle. So I can say Breaker19. 3 good nerds, you got your ears on. I don't know why it keeps saying this, but here, it wants me to share this referral link for some reason, and it's not allowing me to chat in that window. So now that I've done it, I've done my part. There's Cal. Nice Randy Johnson highlight card. Another Barry. Sammy in a Sox uni, and then the throwback Sox uni, which is always cool. They're part of the factory set. Gotcha. I was just looking through my stuff, and I have a bunch of those factory sets from... I thought I only had Topps ones, but I have like Donruss and everything, which is crazy. Another Thig pin. Wow. As if we didn't have... This is almost that exact same pack. Kind of. Another Lance. Greg Hibbard. I tell you, Lance is going to be pretty excited. Actually, he's not excited normally. I think he's kind of just kind of accepted that I'm going to send those to him, and he doesn't care much anymore. I think at first he didn't like it. But I think that's the thing with people, or just everybody. If we know someone doesn't want something, we'll do it twice as much. All right, Pete O'Brien. It's the second Scott Chomperino. I don't even know how to say his name. The Chomper. Kevin Mitchell there. Cool. That uni, it almost reminds me of the 70s. I don't know, what's that armband's throwing me off. Greg Olson. I forgot what your over-under was on the cards again, Justin. You said 3 Mattinglys, I think? Now, does that include highlight cards as well as... I don't know if he has a DK in here. Always like a lot of shrapnel with these. Starts to pile up after a while. Clemens. Carney. Hector Villanueva. Don't really remember him, but I do. Not to say that I don't remember him on the team. I just don't remember him lasting that long. 3. I see a number. That is pretty close to yours. So yeah, that makes sense. 3 is a good number. So I probably can make the set of the puzzle probably 10 times over. I was looking through some boxes and I have like three 5,000 count boxes full of puzzle pieces from all years past. I don't know why. Well, I know why. I just don't get rid of stuff. But yeah, that's a lot. I had a plan at one time that I was gonna, and I did a few of them, put the puzzles together and then kind of paint over them. Like you'll see people do their little 1-of-1 cards and they'll use some kind of like neon or, you know, something to make it stand out, make it more modern. So I had plans to do that with the puzzles and paint over them. I still may do it. Just kind of need more room. I used to have a separate room, like an art studio, that I could actually paint in, and I just don't have that freedom anymore. Not with a small apartment as such. All right, so we're halfway through. You know, it's going to happen one of these days. I'm going to be flipping through and then boom, that Elite's going to happen. I have pulled them before, just haven't pulled it live. But I think I will be excited no matter what. There's Tom Glavine and Will Clark on that. Another Roger. I just noticed that. That's kind of crazy how those stick to the back of the cards here. This was sealed, so I can't imagine it being resealed unless somebody went through the trouble of getting a bunch of Donruss shrink wrap to put on the box. Gary Carter on the highlight. So it seems like there's like 2 in a row when they do this. I don't remember it being like that in every set, but that's kind of cool. Dennis Lamp showing off his amazing mustache. There's a Bud symbol in the back. Nice. Those with the, it's like rare sightings when you find those in the cigarette advertisements. What's going on, Bill? How are you and Tina today? Probably could put the highlights set together. Well, at least for the ones that are in this series, Series 1. Look at all that shrapnel. There's a Bosky, Randy Johnson, Mark Lewis, Bobby Bowe, Tappany. There's a Tino Martinez rookie, or at least a rated rookie. Dave Parker, Gubixa. It was a decent pitcher for a stretch. All right, last pack in that section. Devon White. Whoa, that's sticking together. Nope. Cal Daniels. Spanky again. Tony Gwynn. Shout out to Clarky. There's Chris Sabo. Did I get your tea? I haven't. I checked the mail yesterday and I haven't received it, but thank you for sending me some. You are amazing. I owe you. Yeah, these are crisp packs, like really crisp. I don't know why that's sticking on there though. You'd think if it was regular wax, it wouldn't do that, but Maybe it's just. Does anybody know how the process goes when they have it automated back in the day when they were doing the wax packs? Did it like squirt out? Was it a spray? How did the wax exactly work? I never got to visit any of those factories or anything. I was able to see the facility for Collector's Edge that was here in Denver. I actually worked there as part of my internship as a graphic designer back in the day, and that was really cool. Oh, text. If you sent it while we're live, probably not. Let me look. Oh, you bet. Here's my address. Send that your way. Just making sure that I don't fat finger the wrong numbering here, because I've done that before. And someone's like, hey, did you get that whatever? And then I'm like, did you send it already? And then I look and I hit given the wrong address. Not too often, but it happens. All right, your way. Barry Larkin. That's the special. Sorry, Clinton. What was that? The highlight, Gary. So it has him. Breaks catching mark. Interesting. I was trying to figure out what it said there. Hensley. What do you mean special? Like magical? Does it have glitter in it too? Because that would be really cool. Boy, these packs, man. Are you just saying it was special? Never mind. I won't prod you for too much information. Camera's working pretty good as far as auto focusing. Sometimes it'll just like pick one thing and focus on it, and then I'm like, what the heck is it looking at? That's what I figure. I'm beginning to get to know you there, buddy. Getting to know you. Dave Steeb, who had his time as a decent pitcher also. Dave Rigetti, Arma Spaghetti. Definitely have the DK grouping there, I would assume. Nice, Clinton. Willie Randolph. Von Hayes. Nothing in the background for him. Mickey Morandini. Great name. There's Ricky Henderson. Keith Comstock trying to go for Handlemar, but not quite there. Another Cal. And another Tino. Tino. So what is everybody up to today? As far as later today, I'm going to be pricing out more cards for tomorrow's sale. I'll actually put a link in here for that sale, so you guys can possibly join tomorrow. Let me see, what time do I have it set for? So Jeff is going to co-host again. What time is it? 8? No, not 8. It's not 8 o'clock. There's the link, and I'll go ahead and pin it if I can, if it allows me. Does it allow me? Pin, come on. It's saying there's already something pinned. Technology, yo. It tends to have a mind of its own. You got nada going on? What about tonight? Being RGL? Steve Finley. Lenny Harris looking super happy. The Shields, I think that's the first one on that Diamond King. Mark Grant looking, cheesing it up too. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that I have a puzzle, a full intact puzzle there. It's got to be. Good old Kenny Rogers. Palmero. Karkovice. Just looking happy with his bat. Maybe he's talking to it. Yeah, that was kind of an uneventful pack there. 2 more left in this, I think it was top right of the box. So that's top left there. Went and cleared out the ones for the bottom. Alvaro Espinoza, Vizquel, Derek May on the rated rookie. Dave Magadan, I think he had a bunch of home runs like the year before, right? Maybe it was just hits. He hit 328, so yeah, I'm not sure if that's exactly what it was, but I know he had a decent year sandwiched amongst that stuff. And then 2 highlights on the Cecil and Carlton. And I think that the highlight set's at least 30 as well. So I think getting a set out of one box, not difficult, but I think you would have to have no duplicates. There's Dave Stewart. Another Lenny Harris looking super happy. It's kind of a repeat of that last pack, isn't it? Somewhat. Anytime I'm over there touching the little penny in the corner, I have to have him say something. What's going on, Kenneth? There's Rob Dibble. Don't call me Dribble. Julio Franco. John Franco. Scott Bradley. Whoops. Sorry about that. I really have to get this somewhat tied down. have a Velcro on the bottom of it, but I think it's just worn it out. All right, rated rookie on top is Julio Valera. Tommy Gregg. There are like a bunch of different rookies in here too that are not marked, but I always like this one because it quite literally, I'm pretty sure he did the painting without a hat and then went back in, because if you look at the angle, it just ain't right. It's like if someone put a hat on a painting's head, it just isn't right. Kevin Belcher, another Gary Carter, and a Sandberg on the highlights. Shout out to Kitten Gravy and their Cardinals on the Aussie. Thanks, Bill. Ooh, see that? That don't look right. And this was completely sealed, but that looks like a pressure seal or something. I don't know. That's weird. Always that weird tomfoolery with these. That's why it's like even hard. The ones that I had sealed, it's hard to know. I mean, because people were opening packs just to get like $1 cards back then. I wouldn't put it past them to take all the elites out of stuff. And I hope not. Hanky. Always liked that name. Mark McGuire. Boy, that Comstock keeps coming up over and over. What's going on, Titus? Hope you're well. If everybody hasn't already, go give Titus a sub. He had a account a while back and then it was hacked, so he's had to start all over again, which, if everybody knows, it's a difficult thing to get all of the subs back. This is really bad. All right. Not one of the Olsen twins. Greg Olsen. Another Plantier. Tom Flash Gordon, who seems to be at the National every year, and he's one of the free signers. I gotta look for that list this year so that I can bring stuff. Normally I just pick things up while I'm there, and it's not expensive, but it can be. I'm not sure if everybody's checked out the video I put up for kind of the larger cards. There's lots of stuff in there. I did receive a few people who either PC a team or players, and I set all that stuff aside for them, but that's something that you do as well. There is a whole lot of things in there. I'll probably end up getting it all priced in and putting it in sale, but it can take a while. There's another Ripken. Another Lance Johnson. That's 4. Count them. I don't think I've got a Donnie yet either, Justin, which is crazy. What's up, Sean? All right. 4 chances left to get the Elite. It's going to happen. There's Willie. Look at all this sticking to this. My Lord. All right. I don't know. I'm trying to get that off of there. It don't matter. There's Doc Gooden. Got Eric King. Come on. Gilkey. John Kruk. Yount. And the highlight is Fisk. Oh boy, oh boy. I need to get one of those little mini vacuums. So after like breaks like this, I can just get all the little shrapnel and I guess, that's card shrapnel, those little lines, but then the little wax shavings too. All right, and then actually this one does not count under the exposures because that's Langston and Witt. I was trying to figure out, I had it in there at one time and then I took it out and I'm like, why? Well, because you actually read the card. Shout out to Sean Biggio on that one. All right, 2 to go. Mitch Williams. Oh, that was I think he like stunk it up until he went to the Phillies, but even then he was so like crazy and unreliable that it would just freak people out. Alou. DeShields again. Jim and Eck. Yeah, definitely lots of Hall of Famers in it, right? Final pack. It can happen. It can happen to you. It can happen to me. Rigetti. Why does that design look so different? Like, those are yellow. Maybe it's just part of the whole background. I'm sure it's not any different. All right. Not this time. I think I have a couple loose packs. I'm going to grab those as a bonus rip of sorts. Why not? There's a few different weird ones sitting in this box, so I don't think they're from that set, but a couple Donruss. Whoa! Straight up just nailed that. All right, Mark Davidson. Come on. Manny Trio. Bob Walk, looking disheveled. Robbie Wine. I remember getting that. His rookie was like 50 cents or something. That was big time back then. You know, you get enough of those cards and buy yourself a soda. Wow, these just fall open, so I'm assuming. So no chance at an elite out of this, though, I don't think. But there's always some errors and whatnot in here. Speaking of which, I'll have the Gonzalez error in the sale. I think I have a couple of those. But there's a DeShields. It's always crazy to see just how different the images are and the people. Yeah, this, I don't even know if these were sealed. This is so crazy. Let me put that on top of there. I'll put this here so I don't mix up the puzzle pieces. Not that it's that big of a deal. Whoa. Guillermo Hernandez. He's taken up all of that card. So there were some that had the black line going above and or below their names. I don't know what series that would come under. And then obviously there's the John Smoltz card that has Glavin pictured as an error. Yeah, but look. This is not much to that. We had the complete opposite with the last ones. Leo Franco. Matt Williams. Chuck Finlay. Ken Griffey. Nice. Steve Balboni. There's Ricky. Bobby Witt Sr. We got Marquise Grissom. All right, Todd. Is that Frowitz? How do you say his name? Froworth. There's Wade Boggs. Shout out to Alan. Gary Eve. I think there were other errors, like I think it was Jeff that was talking about it. There's ones that have like dots going up the side or something like that. Or maybe it's on the back of the card. Yeah, there's another Ken. It's because they printed so much of the stuff, it really destroys the fact that you have second year Griffey cards that aren't worth like that much. Kind of a shame, actually. So Brian Downing on the Diamond King. Dave West. Yeah, really uneventful on those. Brian Dubois. How do you say his name? I'm not good with French Canadian names like that. All right, and then these are the last three bonus ones I'm going to open. Got the 86 pack. And no, I will not eat the gum. I have enough GI issues that I can only imagine what I would do to myself. There's Mark Hill. Sid Bream. Got Milt Thompson. Boy, this is flipping all over the place. Whoa, Bob Jones. Must be some transition glasses because he's rocking those aviators like he means business. There's Tony Perez with Eric Davis doing a high 10. Jim Presley, Ron Guidry, Bob Clark, and Jose Cruz. And there was an 87. So are those packs 1990? Yeah, the ones I just opened were from 90. These were 91. That was the box open. These are like bonus packs that I'm doing right now. Like just filling the airtime, so to speak. Ed Romero. Come on, Ed. There's a Mike Greenwell rookie. Bob Nepper. Al Newman. Mike Diaz. Boy, these are like an order of team. Pretty sure that never happened. Or didn't happen often. And then there's a 90 Bowman. I don't think I've ever opened that live. Some decent players in the 90 Bowman, though. Well, he's got the propaganda. But these are at least cool propaganda pieces for their sweepstakes. There's Bob Hamlin, a.k.a. the next Babe Ruth, as they said he was going to be. Never really worked out. There's Carlos Baerga. Blauser. Brian Lane. Yeah, don't remember you. Kevin Wickander. Got me. Lee Stevens. Danny Heap. Always like that name. And Darnell Coles. So yeah, kind of a weird extras in there. I want to do a couple more. I had these other ones just lying around, so I wanted to just get rid of them so they're not sitting in there. Yeah, that almost seems like it was resealed with purpose. Ooh, wow. Look at that cut. Pretty close there. Ken Phelps. I was going to say Kevin Phelps, but there we go. Paul Gibson with his horrible glasses. Brian Downing. Dwight Smith. Another Dave West. Start my Dave West collection now. Mo Vaughn Thomas. Clinton's just naming people. What's going on, Stuff Geek Rips? That's stuck. Oh boy. Yeah, it actually didn't come off that bad. Mission accomplished. Dave Steeb. Herbeck. A little flavor saver on Kevin Mitchell there. Nice. Bo. Dunston. Another Mitchell. Draybeck. Cheesing it up. He looked really young right there, too. And Guerrero. Giggity, says Clinton. All right. One of my favorites. Good old Topps Big. They were a difficult pack to open, though. I can tell you that right now. Tim Wallach. Dale Murphy. Ooh, there's those glasses again. Van Slaw. Kevin Bass. Mark Eichhorn. Finkel. Corey Schneider. And Ron Darling. And one more. what does it say here? 7 picture cards. I thought it said 1 picture card. I'm like, a little bit off on the count. Appreciate everybody hanging out. Wally Joyner, who does not get the Hobby Love he should. Will Clark. Oh, that's right. I forgot the USA cards are in here. Charles Nagy. That's pretty cool. Alvin Davis. Kurt Stillwell. Kevin McReynolds and Benito Santiago, or Benny for that card. So these don't fit in the regular soft sleeves. I do have some of the vintage ones. They kind of work well for that, but I think there's specific ones that do the Bowman cards that work really well. I'll go over what was pulled from there. Kind of a hodgepodge on those. I won't show those off, but all right. I'll go over like the highlight cards, which are the highlight. Of course, we got Vance. A lot of highlight cards. We have the Griffey. Another highlight here of the one that I was talking about. Pretty close to a set, I'm betting. Randy. Nolan. Another Randy. Cal. So I kind of have like who are the stars that I pulled from there on top of all of those. And then how many did I have? I think it was 4. Count was 4 on Lance Johnson, aka Jane J. Rips. Got the Bud sign in the background on the advertisement, which you just don't see a lot of those. And as far as the rookies go, or the rated rookies, got Alu, Gelke. I think there was a few Field Plantiers. Kevin Belcher, Derek May, Tino, Morandini, Hensley, Mark Lewis, Derek Bell. Whoa. Just that look on his face. He's like, oh, just totally like someone said something super surprising. Not bad. Pretty thick amount of rated rookies on there. No real highlights from this stuff, except for maybe the... Is there anything in the 86? I don't think so. I guess aside from Sid Bream, which won't make or break any collection by any standard. And then the 88 was nothing. Was there a rated rookie in there? No, just Bob Walk. But you gotta love the Bob Walk. What was that, Sean? You're saying you've got a... Is that in person? That's cool. Why is it going blurry like that? That's whack, yo. That's so true. All right, everybody. Appreciate you hanging out. Come by tomorrow for the sale. I will be live at 4:30 Eastern. I always try to think of it because it's 2:30 my time, but I know not everybody, but most people are on the East Coast. All right, see y'all then. Have a great night and an amazing weekend. Hey, what's up? Headed to the creek. Good to see you. Hope you're well, man. Haven't seen you in a while. It's nice to not see your face, but See you in chat, brother. All right. I'm about to end the stream, but have a great one, y'all. Take care. Peace.